Hey, what's going on, guys? I made my last grip build video, and I got a comment on saying that putting the bigger, wider tires was actually hurting the acceleration speed of the vehicle, and that it was causing more rotating mass. And I also had mentioned this in that last grip build, but I wanted to go and test because yes, this game does have some simulation features in it with the tuning and everything, but I thought about something, and with the aerodynamics, you can put a giant wing on the car, and it does not physically affect the car. You go into your tuning, you can change the aerodynamics and upgrade them, then you can adjust from there, but your actual spoiler and your front bumpers and everything actually do not have any physical effect on the vehicle. So I was wondering if the tires were the same way. And yes, they are, and here's your proof. I went ahead and I ran approximately 20 different runs with each sets of tires, and I'm going to show you guys about 2 or 3 different runs with the different sets on 2 different types of vehicles. And no matter how wide you make your tires in this game, it does not affect your acceleration. The only thing it does is gives you more grip. So the rotating mass is not taking effect in this game. And here's what I did. I went in first gear, held it floored so that way I would be at the same consistent speed, and then I ran a timer of that time from shifting into second gear all the way until I hit 200 kilometers, and I consistently got 14.3 seconds to 14.7. And then on my other vehicle, I tested the same thing. Sorry this is boring and I'm not really like driving or nothing. But my other vehicle, I consistently got between 7.2 and 7.8 seconds with both sets of, both different widths of tires. So here's my proof. I'm going to make a couple runs and then I'm going to go on like an in-depth tuning guide for you guys. So that way we have an updated tuning guide. So here we go. Time. I don't have a timer to be able to put like on the screen or anything. Maybe I can find it in my editing software. But I'm using a stopwatch on my phone. 14.05. I'll make one more run. I want to have the same area. I don't want to have any different elevational changes. I want to make the run through like basically the same spot. Time. And like I said, I did this consistently earlier with both vehicles, but I just wanted to, and that is 14.6. So now let's go to the tuning shop and let's change the other sets of tires. I'm also going to show you guys with the faster vehicle because I got the same consistent times with the fast vehicle, and it's just the R34 instead of the R32. Because this was the vehicle I initially used to show you guys a grip build and how to make like a budget cheap grip build to start the game out. And also one thing I wanted to point out is the comment that I got. He also said that building multiple cars for multiple classes so that way you could redo the elite races. Yes, I would say do that towards the end of the game possibly, but let's go ahead and throw these fatties on here. But towards the end of the game, if you were to say you get through C2, right, and then you build a car for C2 and leave that in the elite races, then you build a car for C3 and you leave that in the club, then you build a car for C4, then for C5. Now you just blew every bit of change that you have within the game, and by the end of the game you're going to be broke. So what I did was I built, once I got, because this car I want to have for a drift car, so I wasn't planning on using it. I just bought it because I was going to build the car anyways, but I wanted to use an R34 and I hadn't had it unlocked yet when I was like just starting the game out. Otherwise I would have just got the R34 the second that the second I had the money to go buy it, I would have bought the R34. But let's go do this run with these wide set of tires in the same area. But yeah, as I was saying, I would definitely recommend building one car and moving it through different classes, and then by the end of the game, if you don't spend any money, you should have about 6 million or more to be able to go build multiple cars to put in multiple elite races. Now let's time. Let's see what this thing does with the fatties on it. And I wanted to test this for you guys both on a slow and a fast car to get, you know, a gauge 14.2. So if anything, my time actually just got faster. And this car has like almost, I think it has one engine upgrade. Alright, now we'll do one more run with the fatties, and then I'm going to switch to the R34. Time. And I wanted to make multiple runs because, you know, my shifting could be slightly different. I could be turning slightly different. 14.14. So we're consistently getting a lower time than what we initially started out with. Alright, now let's go grab this R34, and then I'll show you guys the test on that. Alright, here we are with the skinny tires on the R34, and this car is absolutely maxed out. Anything you can do. Time. See what this thing does. Also, if anybody knows any software I could use to be doing this, 7.44. Like, if there's any software I could use on the screen to show the timings, that would be greatly appreciated if somebody would comment that for me down below. Here we go. Time. .39. Now let's go to the tuning shop and let's put some fatties on this thing. And here we are with the fatties. Let's see what this thing does now. Time. .3. Here we are. I'm going to make 2 more runs to test this out. Time. .4. Last run. Time. Ooh, an early shift there, that's not good. That's why we make multiple runs. And again, 7.4, so it's consistently the same time within, like, you know, 0.4 of a second, depending on me, that human error. So I'm going to go ahead, hop into the shop, and I'm going to show you guys my tune. And if you guys are going through the campaign, I definitely recommend using Street Plus tires because it will give you a massive help. And then also run wide body kits. You guys need to run a wide body kit because it increases your handling also, because you're just having a wider track width. And then also for acceleration, if you're having trouble keeping up with the AI in a straight line, like they're smoking you right off the start, like you literally start the race and they're smoking you, run racing gas. I had a viewer comment last night, hey, run racing gas, you'll massively help out, yada yada yada, and we were talking in chat and stuff like that. Thank you for letting me know that, because that made the rest of the campaign a breeze. I beat the Black Lotus with no issues. But I'm going to go ahead and show you guys my entire build. This thing's just maxed out. So if you want, like, you know, a maxed out R34, everything's just ultimate on this thing. Weight reduction, stock fuel tank, aerodynamics are all up. So that way if you guys want to run this build, you can see what it is, and I'm going to go through and show you the tunings on this thing. This thing handles insanely good. That's my tire sizes, as wide as you can possibly get. And then I ran the racing tires. I'm not a big guy on the whole stretch tires thing. And then also for body, I do have the body upgraded, and then I have the maximum amount of weight reduction. Now I'm going to go ahead and go through all the tunings are just maxed out on the engine. So that way you got max horsepower, and this is a stock engine. If you guys do know, I have no clue about engine swaps, but is the RB26 actually better? And also, does a better transmission help you? All the tunings on this are just stock other than the final drive ratio. I do change around here and there, but I have not messed with any of the tunings on the transmission on this thing. But as for the suspension, I'm going to go ahead and go through all of my tunings for my suspension on this thing. This is what I beat the game with. I didn't mess with any of the bumps because the game, or you know, the suspension feels good like this. It has very good handling. It's very good with the toge areas too. And I'm going to go ahead and roll in a clip of me beating the Black Lotus. That gas made this so much easier. Yeah, let me get that. Watch this, it's just gonna smoke me. That thing sounds insane. Short shift and I'm nervous. Thanks for stopping in, guys. I hope that this will help you out, but this is how you make a grip tune for the game. And I was curious about the tires, whether it would be more rotating mass and actually slow you down. But, you know, as I thought about it, you can look right here and then come all the way down. I'm literally just scrolling all the way down to the smallest tire possible. And you can look right here, the acceleration does not change. The only thing you're doing is losing grip and width. So, you know, take that for what it is. The acceleration does not change. I 100% thought that rotating mass would have, but then, you know, as I was saying earlier in the video, I thought about it because this massive wing on the car has no physical effect on the car at all. The only thing that causes a physical effect is when you upgrade your aerodynamics. You can see here, if I were to take the aerodynamics off, I actually gain some top speed. But if you go into the body shop and change your wings, they have no actual physical effect. And when I thought about that, I was like, I wonder if the tires are the same way. And come to find out, with our experimentation that we just did, the tires have no effect on your acceleration other than getting more grip. So if you guys are running like, say, a Honda Civic with a V8 swap all-wheel drive, put the widest, fattest tires you can get on here, and you will have the most grip to be able to accelerate in a straight line. And say when you're doing 300 miles an hour or whatever in a broken car, it is not going to affect your top speed at all. I would have figured, maybe putting some skinnies on the front on a 10,000 horse Supra with some big fatties on the back would affect the top speed, and you'd be able to make some faster runs. But with this experimentation, we just found out that the width of the tires has nothing to do with the restriction of horsepower. So run your fattest tires that you can, get the most grip, take advantage of that through the campaign. Also, if you guys could, this video took me quite a bit of time, so if you could, go ahead, drop me a sub, and it would be greatly appreciated. I'm out of here. You guys have a great day. I will catch you in the next video.